guys. So, look, I've got Sleepy tucked in over here under my blanket, and it's a blue blanket because that's what I've got with me right now. I am not supporting Autism Speaks. I am wearing red. But anyway, I just got out of a session with Laura, and it was very positive because, last night I learned to recognize the signs of a spiral. Like, I'm talking like a death spiral of being triggered and going into really bad suicidal thoughts. And normally, when I have those spirals, I just want to escape from it. And last night, I was having one of my really, really bad, painful, crampy periods. So I was very uncomfortable. But it allowed me to sit and focus on the physical sensations that I get when I'm in that spiral. There's also mental stuff, but like my stomach will just knot up in a ball. And, my heart will kind of race and my thoughts will just start racing, and it gets to a feeling of I gotta escape. It's like I want to rip all my clothes off and rip my skin off and just run screaming through the street, or take all the pills and go to bed and not wake up, which not a good thing. But last night I was able to really learn to recognize the sensations when I'm going into one of those spirals. Because my dad triggered the shit out of me. I don't want to rehash it, but the only thing I'll say is that he continued to be irritating when I had told him I'm having a very painfully bad period and I'm past the cramps now, so I'm okay today. But yesterday I was not, and I had warned him, and he would not stop, so I finally blew up. And then I went into the spiral, and because I can't just walk out and leave him, and plus I was in too much pain to really go very far. So that's when I really paid attention to the spiral, and I realized where it was leading, and I'm like, nope, we're not doing this. And I made my tea, chamomile tea. I watched some Josh Groban videos, like concert footage, and I watched some cat videos, and I watched some Godzilla clips, and I took myself off of that hamster wheel. And I caught it before it got to the point of I'm just going to kill myself. Because my suicidal ideation isn't something that's just idle in the background. It tends to come out when I'm very triggered. And my chances of acting on it would be an impulsive act, not a long planned out thing. It would be a moment to where if there was a firearm in front of me, I wouldn't think. I would just pick it up and that's not very good, is it? No. So, thank God there are no guns in the house. But I digress. I learned what the spiral feels like from start to, I don't want to say finish, but reaching a point that's dangerous. But I found the start of it. And it's the twisting up gut and the racing thoughts is where it starts. And then it just snowballs into worse and worse and worse. And to be so hyper aware of it, it's like in the midst of all the discomfort I was feeling yesterday, that was the positive. Is that I learned to put my foot down and stop the wheel, jump off, and do something else rather than just continue going down the hill. I'm damn fucking proud of that. I really am. And it may not seem like much to you, but as someone who's been dealing with mental health and going back and forth with Laura for over a year, to get to this point, that's progress. Damn it. It's fucking progress. And I have a right to be proud of that, even if it's a small thing. Progress is progress. It doesn't have to be big or small. It just has to be going somewhere. Hopefully somewhere good. So, my trauma part was very upset last night, but I soothed him. I soothed my trauma part. I soothed him last night. Instead of him just taking over and raging all night, I soothed him. So, that's a positive. And I'm proud of that. So, don't forget that progress is progress. Doesn't matter if it's a big or a small thing, you're going somewhere. Keep going that direction. Because you don't know where it's going to lead. It could lead to something good. It could lead you to finding a solution to a problem. It could help you get out of a spiral when you get triggered. Because PTSD sucks. But when you learn what you're feeling when you're triggered and you can get out of the hole before you fall all the way in, hole. Yeah. If you want to climb out of that butthole before you fall all the way in, fart yourself out. Don't mind me, I'm just being immature. Butthole. But just get yourself out of the spiral. Doesn't matter how, so long as it doesn't hurt you or anybody else. Whatever it takes, what you got to think about, or if you got to sing yourself a song, if you got to walk in circles, if you got to count to 10, whatever it is, do it. It's worth it. And you're worth it. And you are important, damn it. You're important. And you are important enough to recover. You're important enough to fight. You are important enough to get better. So believe in yourself. Because you are important, damn it. You. And I love you.